What's up, fam? JuJuan Buford, broadcasting Detroit Metro. Let's stop playing. Detroit, Michigan. And look, one of the things I want to talk about today is how to follow up with individuals when you've been referred to them. This is the questions come up on several different occasions, right? So you created a happy client, or at the very least, you gave a really good presentation. And as a result of giving a good presentation and behaving professionally, the person likes, knows, and trusts you. And people refer to people when they like, know, and trust. Now, there's a couple things that's key that I'm going to do a deeper dive into today when getting your referral game tight. So here's the thing. Before you even start calling on referrals, you need to let the person know that referred you to them how it's gonna go. So for instance, if I'm working for Nicole refers me to some individuals. I'm gonna say, hey Nicole, I really appreciate referrals. So after I've acquired referrals, if you're trying to figure out the referral script, go to a previous training. I'm not doing that today. I'm talking about what happens next. But you get the referrals from Nicole, whether it's 1 referral, 3 referrals, 10 referrals, 20, 50, it doesn't matter, right? I'm gonna say, look, I really appreciate it, Nicole. I just want you to know, when I give them a phone call, this is what I'm gonna say. And sometimes, even before I get the referrals, right before I ask for or once I ask for the referrals, to put the person at ease, I'll let them know how it's gonna go, right? And I'll say, look, I'm gonna call up Jim, for instance, and this is what it's gonna sound like. I'm gonna say, hello, Jim, you and I may not know each other, but we have a good friend by the name of Nicole. And do you have a moment? Look, I shared some information with Nicole that she was really excited about, thought could be very beneficial to her in terms of how we've been able to help families and entrepreneurs and small business owners level up and just make better financial, legal, marketing, tax, accounting decisions, et cetera, right? I keep it brief. So I shared that information with her. She was really excited about it. And you know what, Jim? I asked Nicole, who are the smartest, sharpest individuals that she knows? People whom she respects. People are actually doing something with their lives, leveling up, building things. And you were one of the first individuals that she referred me to, right? If I were to forward some information to you, would you take a look at it? That's what I'm gonna let Nicole know. So that puts Nicole at ease. So she might be willing to give more referrals, especially if I tack that on the front end. But definitely on the back end, she's going to be more comfortable with the fact that I'm not calling up people and trying to jam a product or service down their throats. Because the referred, that's what they're concerned about more often than not, right? So that'll increase the number of referrals that you receive. All right. So you've done that, and I will also tell Nicole, look, you know, I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna let them know the follow-up, let them know that I reached out to them, right? So you'll be aware of what's going on, right? Once again, more assurance with the process, because you know what's gonna end up happening anyway when you're calling Nicole's referrals. What's gonna end up happening is those people are going to call her. So you want her to be prepared for it. You want her to be equipped. You want her or him, if it's Jim or whoever else, to know that they should expect a return phone call, and that way they know what you said, so they're prepared for the incoming. Once again, it puts them at ease, increases the likelihood that that person that you are calling on as a person referred to, you have a good experience with them. All right, so what do you say once again? So let's say I'm calling up Selena, right, that Nicole referred me to. Ring, ring, Selena picks the phone. Hello, Selena, this is JuJuan. Look, you and I may not know each other, but we have a good friend in common by the name of Nicole. That buys me 30 seconds. Because you already know the first thing that people are thinking when you call up and they don't recognize the number or your name, they're thinking, who the hell are you? So what you're gonna say is, look, I was referred by a good friend we have in common, right, Nicole? Do you have a moment? And 9 times out of 10, Selena's going to be on some I got a moment. What's this all about? So glad you asked, right? Let me do you a favor. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. I'm thinking about how when I'm when I'm going through it like real fast. Okay, so look, it's going to be more like, okay, she can say, yeah, I know, Nicole, what's going on? I'm going to say, look, so glad you asked. Look, I'm a B2B entrepreneur, or I am a PPLSI associate, or I am your local legal, whatever you want to call it, right? What I share with people, because as you know, the majority of people I'm calling on are either aspiring entrepreneurs or they're already established as business owners and entrepreneurs. So I'll say, look, I'm a B2B entrepreneur here in Detroit Metro, or out of Detroit Metro, or out of Detroit, or out of Michigan, whatever it is. And I shared some information with Nicole about how we've been able to help families and entrepreneurs level up, grow thriving businesses. We equip them with resources to make better tax, accounting, legal, and financial, and help them with their marketing. She was really excited about it all. She took advantage of our program, and I asked her who are the sharp, smart, intelligent people that she knows, that she deals with. You know, people who are leveling up in life. And she spoke very highly of you. And if I know the person's occupation, which I should, if I know the person's business market they're in, which I should, if I know whether or not they have family, children, whatever the case may be, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to say, for one, understand, you've been highly successful in the cosmetic industry. You've been highly successful in the medical industry. You've been highly successful in the real estate industry. You've been highly successful in the construction industry. Man, that's a competitive market to be in. Congratulations. Right? How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Flattery will get you everywhere. Right? So I'm going to say that. And they're going to say, wow. Or a lot of times people say, great. A lot of people say, okay, cool. Right? They think highly of me. You think highly of me. Cool. What can I do for you? Right? That's going to be their posture. 9 times out of 10. And I'm going to say, look, you and I both know smart people don't make decisions based on phone calls. They don't make investments based on phone calls. They don't make important decisions based on phone calls, right? They're going to say, yup, sure don't. I'm going to say, look, and I'm going to go one of two ways with this, right? If I feel like the person's receptive and giving me positive energy, I'm going to say, look, what we're doing may or may not be for you, but, you know, Nicole thought it could be highly beneficial to you. Let me ask you a question. Typically, when would be the best time to catch up with you? For all of 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, to share with you how we may be of service to you. Would morning or afternoon work best for you? Okay, 8, 9, or 10, okay, 3, 4, or 5, right? I'm scheduling the Zoom call, I'm scheduling the appointment. That's how it's going down, right? Now, if I get pushback, if I get resistance to that, 'cause they're like, well, I need to know more. Look, if I were to forward some information to you within the next 5 minutes or so, so you don't have to go looking for it, right? That way you can make an educated decision. Hopefully that's fair. If I were to forward the information to you, how soon will you get around to taking a look at it? Right? I'm scheduling that follow-up appointment. How soon would you get around to taking a look at it? Right? And once again, they're going to give me a couple of days. I'm going to say morning or afternoon. I'm going to say 8, 9, or 10, or 3, 4, or 5. Because I'm going to send them the information with the expectation that I'm going to follow up with you at this time. Right? And if you have questions about what tools to use, let me know, or let one of the, some of the leadership know, and we'll get that information to you. But that's how you deal with that's the referral game, right? Do not let people put you in a land of maybe. If you send someone information and you don't confirm a time and date, like double, triple confirm it, you're gonna get put in a land of maybe, and you wasting your time, you blowing those referrals. Straight up. You have to set up a follow-up time. You got to get the person tied down to a time to learn more. Keep in mind, 90% of the time, you are not going to sell someone. 99.9% of the time, you're not going to sell someone on our product over the phone without them seeing the presentation or seeing some information. It's just not going to happen. At least you're not going to quote unquote sell them and then the business sticks. And if the business doesn't stick, that's a problem. It's the business that stays that pays, right? You're building your residual income. You're not trying to create an income. You're not trying to create another job. You're creating an asset, a business that will pay you whether you go to work or not. All right. So hopefully this serves you. Celebrate success in advance. Goodbye for now.